well, how do you stay disciplined? You're asking the wrong freaking questions. It's not about how do you stay disciplined. You got to have a strong enough desire, and the discipline just happens. How do you get out of bed? Well, if you're thinking about something so strong, something that you want to make such a strong impact in, guess what? That's going to get you out of bed, right? So it starts with desire, but then you got to have a plan, because just desire alone, you got a lot of desirable people with great intentions, right? But without having a plan, they're running around in circles. You see these fired up Primericans or entrepreneurs or network marketing people, and they're so excited. Every time you say, hey, how you doing? They're like, oh, unbelievable, awesome. And they're just spinning cycles. That's like in Primerica, you're super pumped up, you show up to everything, but you keep doing business in the wrong market. And I'd rather you go out in the wrong market than sit at home, but you keep sitting down with people like, we have this saying, you could do the greatest presentation known to mankind, but if you sit down with somebody that lives in their grandmother's basement, doesn't have a job, is not married, doesn't have children, and you keep presenting to those guys, you're spinning your wheels. You gotta have some kind of a plan. You gotta progress, you gotta grow. It's like going to the gym and you keep working out the wrong way, right? Anybody understand what I'm talking about? You guys can show up to the gym, but if you're not doing it the right way, you're not eating right, you don't have a plan, what happens when you go to the gym and you ask a personal fitness trainer? At the moment you sit down with them, what's the first thing that they ask? They go, what do you want? Right? Some of you health guys, right? What do you want? Because if they don't know what you want, how are they going to put a plan together? How are you even going to follow anything? There's a difference between working out, because you just want to get in shape, so you can climb up the flight of stairs without losing your breath, right? And there's a difference between being an Olympic bodybuilder, right? So depending on what you want, there's the plan. Right. And then you got to just take action, guys. Because you can spend all day long planning, have this beautiful plan, you map it out, but if you don't take action, it's all for naught, guys. So you got to have a desire, you got to have a plan, and you got to take action. And last but not least, guys, oh, wait, so check this out. I thought this was an awesome quote. Joyce put this up. It says, giving up on your goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got a flat. Could you imagine that? Oh, crap, look, I got a flat. I might as well take the other 3 tires away, right? All right, last. Summary, the do's and the don'ts. Don't stop. Keep recruiting until you find someone. And you're going to hear like the numbers. They say, well, you just got to recruit 3 recruits every month, consistently for 12 months, and all that stuff. I get that. But there's a little disclaimer in there. What if you recruit 3 people that let's just say, don't have the desire? So you're still in your mind, you're like, well, I've recruited 3 people. I've been recruiting 3 people. How come it's not working for me? I actually got this from Glenn Lee, and one day, he was just saying, it was just a normal conversation, he said that in passing. He said, you got to recruit until you find a stud. You got to recruit somebody until you find a winner, right? So if 3 isn't going to cut it, how many does it take? It depends on your market. It depends on how many, where you're actually recruiting, what your recruiting pool is. I used to recruit a lot of young students. So if they're not working out, and our whole team would take off because it's finals. It's like, what, Carlos, last week we had like 30 people. This week we got 2 people. What happened to your team? They're taking finals, right? If you're recruiting in a market that, let's just say, once again, they're not taking action, there isn't desire, go recruit somebody that is until you find somebody that you can work with. Does that make sense, guys, right? Diversify your portfolio, like I said. You want a multifaceted business. You want all age, all ethnicities, all different cultures. Because, there was another period of time where we're recruiting a whole bunch of, let's just say, Jewish people and Muslims. And come September, my whole team disappears. So I was thinking, well, let's say I get some other cultures, right? And during Christmas, if I got a bunch of Muslims, right? And I got a bunch of other ethnic groups, they don't celebrate Christmas. Yay, we can do production, right? So if you have a diversified team, you're not going to be hurt by certain disadvantages because you're very well diversified. That's like putting all your stock in technology stocks. If the market goes down, guess what happens to your whole portfolio? I want everything. I want healthcare. I want technology. I want the whole shebang, right? And that's what Primerica allows us to do by diversifying. It says don't rely on only one stock. We've been talking about that. We've been beating that drum. Don't just rely on one stock, which means don't rely on that one guy or gal you got. That's the biggest pitfall or the dangers that we face in Primerica. No matter how high that stock seems to be soaring, right? Last but not least, it says dollar cost average. Investing in your business and people. I don't just mean monetarily, and you heard Harvey talk about that. Investing means your time, your energy, your effort. It can't just be like, oh, because you're the RVP, you don't have to come into the office. We want to create a foundation, a safe haven, where we can invest and pour into our people, have team activities, spend quality time. And I know from building our business, we did a lot of dinners. We after trainings, we'd hang out with our guys. We'd invest into them. Just because the stock doesn't seem like it's going well, it doesn't mean you just stop and you just turn around. And that's the caution too. If they're not working, it doesn't just mean you just pack up and you just go and get more stock. Invest in the ones that you've already invested time in. If you brought them into the business, you have a commitment, not just to yourself, but to their family to help them succeed, guys. That's all I got. Proud to be in business with you guys.